All right, we live. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. To all you Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity. To you men, women, and children listening and learning, which is Akim and Akwa, listening and learning, and the Bayasha Double Dot, the House of David. This is Men of Valor, Las Vegas Camp. All right, through the will and power of Yahweh Shemi Al Shah, we're going to go ahead and get into camp. All right.
This is Zechariah 13 and 8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, two parts therein shall be cut off and die.
2/3 of our own people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? 2/3 of our own people will die, all right? Will perish in this coming time. All right, the time of Jacob's trouble, all right, because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans don't want to hearken unto the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and coming back to the laws, statutes, and commandments, all right? The law, statutes, and commandments were set forth for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? It's not for anybody else, all right? Salvation is not going to be for anybody else. There is no rapture, all right? There's no salvation. Your blonde hair, blue eyed Labrador is not coming to save anybody. All right, he's coming to get trotted down. All right, by the Most High Son. All right.
Verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power.
So who has been the people of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai? All right, from the beginning, from the very beginning, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai had a particular people, all right? A particular people, a particular treasure, all right? Matter of fact, Exodus, gone. Either Exodus or Deuteronomy, either one. All right, that particular people, all right, is his inheritance.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 3. And Moses went up into the power, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel.
Thus shalt thou say unto the house of Jacob, all right, the house of Jacob, the children of Israel. All right, because there were certain blessings that were given in the scriptures into certain people. The certain people, the promise was given unto Abraham. All right, after Abraham, it was given to his son Isaac. All right, and after Isaac, it was given to his son Jacob. All right, and Salakia, Isaac had 2 sons. All right, but his son that it was given to was Jacob. Or Salakia, I said that backwards. Salakia. Abraham had 2 sons, all right? And Salakia, Abraham had 2 sons, and he had Isaac, who the promise was coming through, all right? And then Isaac had 2 sons, all right? Jacob and Esau, all right? And he gave the promise unto who? Jacob, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? You are the true children, the biblical children of Israel. Go ahead, continue to read.
Verse 4. Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself.
Khan, you have seen what I did to the Egyptians, and bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. You so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, all right? Come on back to your power, all right?
Verse 5. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine.
Khan, Yahweh Shimi Al-Shai said, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are a special people unto himself, all right? That means unto himself. That's possessive, all right? He don't care about nobody else. He don't care about anybody else getting in line but his people, all right? He don't care about the Chinese man getting in line. He don't care about the white man getting in line. He don't care about the Arab man and get in line. He cares about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans hearkening unto his word. All right? Understand that everything that is written in this book was written for you, was written to govern you, give you laws, statutes, and commandments to live by so you can teach others the way to live. All right? It is ordained by him. It is a covenant. All right? It's a covenant. Go ahead and continue to read down.
Verse 6. And ye shall be a kingdom, be unto me a kingdom of priests, and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
A kingdom of priests and a holy nation. All right? Kingdom of priests and holy nation. Slakia. A holy means to be separate. All right? To be separate. Didn't he just say that he would set us above all people? All right? So when you're above somebody or you're above something, you're not on the same plane. You're not on the same echelon playing field. All right? So Yahweh Shimi Al-Shai has a reason for doing everything. All right, and he set his people up. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American. As long as your father's line goes back to that. All right, go ahead and continue down.
Verse 7. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people and laid before their faces all these words which the Lord had commanded him. Verse 8, and all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord hath spoken, we will do.
Everything that Yahweh Shimi Al-Shai has spoken as a nation, we said we will do. All right, we were in agreement. That covenant was made. All right, and if you go further to read that account, all right, in the covenant that was made by blood. All right, this is not a so-called black thing. It's not a so-called white thing. It's not a so-called Chinese, Mexican, Arab thing. It's not a race thing. It's a heritage bloodline thing. All right. You have to have the blood. All right. There is no complexion for the protection. All right. It is your very genetic makeup. If you are not made up of the line of the lineage of of the seed of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the seed of Israel, then this is not for you.
This is Sirach chapter 46 and verse 9. It says, the Lord gave strength also unto Caleb, which remained with him unto his old age, so that he entered upon the high places of the land, and his seed obtained it for an heritage, that all the children of Israel might see that it is good to follow the Lord.
All right. Hey, and this is exactly, through the Spirit, what's playing out now. All right. This is to see men on the highways and byways. All right. Coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. All right. To seeing certain sisters humble down. All right. To humble down and to be in order. All right, that is a blessing. That is a blessing. That's Yahweh Shimi Al-Shai returning unto his people.
Right. And Moses returned the words of the people unto the Lord. Verse 9. And the Lord said unto Moses, lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee and believe thee forever.
Yahweh Shimi Al-Shai said he would come in a thick cloud. All right, that thick cloud is what you so-called a UFO, or what you so-called a UAP. I finally got it this time. UAP. All right. So, yeah, how about Shimei Shai? If Esau, Edom, all right, if Esau, Edom, and all these other nations can have all this technology, if China can have these hypersonic missiles and create fucking space stations, and America do all this and fucking nanotechnology and all this bullshit, what makes you think the creator, all right, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, wouldn't have technology that's better? Because you're fucking dumb. All right? You only believe what you see. All right? And you can't fucking see nanotechnology with your eye. All right? But you believe that it's there because you've seen certain things from it. All right? This is the Bible is an account of things that have happened to bear witness. All right? There is many what are they called? Testimonies. There's many testimonies. All right. There's many testimonies and artifacts. All right, proving that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that Yahushai walked the earth. But hey, if it don't have Esau Edom stamp of approval, it doesn't matter to you. All right. Switch over to 20. Verse 20? No, switch over to chapter 20. Verse 1. God. And so, like, this is the covenant that we entered into. All right. You might know them as the 10 commandments. All right. But there are 619 commandments. 613. Yeah, 613 commandments. Like 613 commandments.
So those are known as the Mosaic laws.
God.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1. And the power spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Verse 3, thou shalt have no other gods before me.
God. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai brought us out the land of Egypt. All right. He brought the whole nation of Israel. You 2/3 that it talks about being destroyed. All right. You were brought out. You were brought out of Egypt because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, even with your wicked ass, he still had mercy and favor upon you. All right. To make you of the lineage of Israel. 2/3 of our own people will perish and die for their fucking wickedness. All right. For being whores. All right. Idolaters. All right. Disobedient, stiff-necked children. Sottish children. All right. Following after ways of these other nations.
This is Sirach 19 and 19. The knowledge of commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of his omnipotence.
God.
So omnipotency.
God. So the fear, all right, let's deal with that. The fear, all right, the fear. What is fear? All right. Matter of fact, pull up. Fear. God, it's lucky. It's getting to you.
No. All right. Fear, calamity, sudden danger, peril, sudden attack.
All right. So fear. All right. We are supposed to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. Fear, love, respect. All right. Because the beginning of fear, all right, is wisdom. God.
Proverbs 1:7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
God. That's the beginning of fear. All right.
Here's the perfect definition. regard with feelings of respect and reverence, considered hallowed or exalted, or be in awe of.
Read it again. Read it one more time so you understand what true fear is. Matter of fact, Salakia, hold that right quick. If you've been to a haunted house ever in your life, right? Or if you've had you have something scares you and pops out at you, all right? You're scared, all right? That's not real fear, all right? But when your parents come into the bedroom and tell you that they're gonna whoop your ass from some stuff that you didn't did getting RPC'd at school or anything like that, all right? You have a certain amount of fear. Why? Because there ain't shit you could do about it. All right? There ain't shit you can do about it. If you if you have any kind of a parent, there is not shit that you can do about it. That's the difference between real fear and just being scared. All right?
One more to drive it in. This is Sirach 21:11. He that keepeth the law of the Lord getteth the understanding thereof, and the perfection of the fear of the Lord is wisdom.
God, the perfection of the fear. Understanding that the very creator, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right? Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God or Jehovah, all right? And Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, all right? That the fear of them, all right? The fear from Yahweh, giving Yahushai the order to bring everything into fruition, all right? To reverence the power. What can you do to your very creator? All right? And he created all things, all right? But when he created all things, he said, I like this thing better than that. And that's the nation of Israel. He has a favorite. The favorite is Israel.
That's why he made Israelites, the salt of the earth.
God.
You know? Why wouldn't he make his prized possession better than all these other nations? You know?
God.
Because if I got something, I want it to be, the best of it, just because.
Right.
It's mine. If I spend, $5 on something, but if I got to pay 10, it's gonna last me longer. I'm gonna get the $10.
God. Hey, a perfect example. If you have a kid, right? You have a kid, and your kid has a friend who spends the night. Okay, you got $20. All right, your kid wants something to eat, and the other kid wants something to eat. But your kid wants a Big Mac. Let's use McDonald's for example. Your kid wants a Big Mac. All right, but the other kid wants a Big Mac too. Well, my kid's gonna get the Big Mac, and you're gonna get what I give you. I have a favorite. That might sound kind of fucked up, but it's the truth. God, he's gonna get what he wants. If I have it to give it to him, I'm gonna give it to him before I give it to anybody else. All right, or her.
Yeah. You only have $5,
God.
You don't give that $5 to your son instead of a stranger.
Or a stranger on the street. I'm gonna make sure that I take care of mine before I take care of anybody else, right? And that's what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is doing, all right? And he has said and done, and now he's making sure, and now he's bringing it because we're getting off a punishment, all right? All this is a punishment for us being sottish ass children, all right, as a nation, all right? Because what you people don't understand, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai judges a whole nation and individuals. All right? There's always judgment going forth. Even in perfection, there is judgment. Why? It's perfection. That means it's been judged accordingly to its right state. There's no way around it. It has a standard. Everything has a standard. All right, go ahead. Slack. God.
Once again, this is the etymology definition for the word fear. Regard with feelings of respect and reverence, considered hallowed or exalted or be in awe of.
Regard of respect or reverence. All right, or in awe. Ah, there ain't nothing else to be said right there. All right, the definition speaks for itself on fear. All right, but you two-thirds have no fear, have no reverence. All right, you stay doing what you want to do. Yeah, you females, oh, I'm the baddest bitch. I'm the baddest. I am the table. All right, bitch, you ain't nothing. All right, you're nothing. Nothing. All right, and you Jakes out there, all right, you the toughest nigga on the block. All right, you banging or whatever, whatnot. All right, yeah, how about Shimmy Outside? Don't give a fuck about all that. All right. Got something?
Yeah. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 5, verse 56. As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Time. You other nations are unto spittle, all right? And the two-thirds that follow after you are unto spittle on this side, all right? Even though that they come from the line, all right? Because they don't hearken unto the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They care not to think upon his laws, statutes, and commandments, all right? They're after their own vain lust, okay? They want to be that one. I'm that dude. I'm that dude. No, you're not that dude. You're that person marked for destruction. That's what you are.
Verse 57. Verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
Con, these heathen, all right? And that goes for both. That goes for the two-thirds being lord over us, for selling out and taking a bag, all right? Or following after this wayward doctrine, leading, having false prophets, leading you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans astray, all right? Being like unto these other nations, unto these heathens, all right? These heathens up over you, continuing in their wickedness, all right? Continuing to sell you pork, shrimp, lobster, all right? Mixed fabrics, all right? All these things are done unto you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? And all of it exists to be done to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans because you are disobedient. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushai made sure that he would destroy us, all right? Because you can't respect what you didn't work for, all right? And if you never had to work or go through anything, you'd never have any reverence for it, all right? You never have any respect to know what it took, all right? If I keep on feeding my child just money and gifts, all right, that little girl or boy is gonna grow up and be a spoiled little brat, all right, and gonna expect the world to be on a silver platter, all right. My daughter's gonna think that she's a Kardashian, all right. My son gonna think he's a young thug, you know, or any other abominable thing.
Because the Lord put us under, under servitude of Esau,
God.
because
To
to teach us wickedness.
God.
Because you have to know both sides of everything. So now,
Start off.
learning wickedness from Esau, when we go into the kingdom, we're going to learn how to rule righteously. And those that woke up, to the truth, truly understand how horrible and the living in this world is right now.
God.
And all the consequences of it. As you could just see from Cardinals' perspective too. You got the earth itself is deteriorating.
God, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has dealt with you and you alone. All right, you are his people. All right, you are better than everybody else on the planet. All right, come back to your power. Understand the law, statutes, and commandments were written for you. All right, understand that you so-called black men, Latino, and Native American men are the kings and rulers of the earth. All right, and your women are subject unto you. All right, and those are the princesses of the earth. All right, you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American women, all right, were made to be examples to these other heathen women. That's why they desire to be like you. That's why they desire to have everything that you have. All right, to have the big asses. All right, to have nice chests, to have beautiful skin. All right, to have good hair, big lips. All right, that's why they do all this stuff and have all these cosmetics and everything, because you naturally already have it. All right, but a lot of it was taken away. Why? Because you're a whore. All right, you're a whore, men and women. You go whoring after other gods. All right, and you women go and whore around, sleeping with multiple men. All right, getting weave in your hair. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, women, that shit is not for you. And even you simp-ass dudes are doing that shit. Pull Deuteronomy 23:15. Slakia, I said Deuteronomy. Joshua. And then get that in Deuteronomy for me. The blessing.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your power, which I command you this day, and a curse if you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your power, but turn aside of the way which I command you this day to go after other gods which ye have not known.
God. So you didn't know any other God, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? The only God you knew, all right? The only God you knew was the true living power, right? Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And you were commanded to keep your ass straight and keep your ass here and be obedient. All right? But you chose to do otherwise. All right? He said a blessing and a curse. And because you disobeyed, these curses fell upon
This is Joshua 23:15. You want me to just start from the top or just at the break?
Start from the top.
And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom you will serve.
God, if it's, hey, choose you this day whom you shall serve. All right? In that day, we chose. All right? We chose Yahweh Bashim Yahushai as a nation. All right? When Moses sprinkled the blood upon the book. All right? That was that covenant, that one consent, as it talked about in Exodus 19. All right, go ahead.
Whether the powers of your fathers serve that were on the other side of the flood, or the power of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell, but as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
God. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. All right. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushai had gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. This is what we said. As a nation, we said we will serve the Lord. All right. But we went off from that. All right. But that remnant of Israel, that 1/3, is still saying we are here. All right. God. Yeah, I got something on that too. All right. Let him go, then you go, then I'll go.
Just already got it.
Go ahead.
This is Exodus chapter 32, verse 7. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go get thee down, for thy people which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have corrupted themselves. Verse 8, they have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be thy powers, thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people.
God. Yahweh Shem Yahushai knew that we were stiff-necked. All right? He knew that we were stiff-necked. All right? But hey, we were made unto sin. All right? We were made to be the judges of the earth. A judge knows both sides of the story. To judge a matter. You can't judge a matter if there's only one thing that you know. There's no balance.
Second Esdras 9 and 11. It says, and they have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain.
God, 2/3 will know death by pain. All right? 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans will know and understand death by pain. All right? Because you don't want to hearken unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because you want to do what you want to do.
I'm going to read one more down. It says, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created.
Time. Because Israel, all right, you 2/3 definitely always like a controversy. All right, you like a scandal. All right, you like to see how wickedness is done, and you want to perform the wickedness and continue in that wicked act and that reprobate spirit. All right, because you want to be like these fucking heathens. All right, the so-called white man, the so-called Chinese man, so-called fucking Arab man. All right, you want to be after all these fucking heathens. All right, and continue after them. All right, but Yahweh Shem Yahushai gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. Why? All right, to govern. God.
Made at the signs of heaven.
God.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 26, verse 7. And when we cried unto the Lord our power of our fathers, the Lord heard our voice and looked on our affliction and our labor and our oppression.
No, Deuteronomy 4.
Oh, Deuteronomy 4.
6 and 7.
Okay. Salakia. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
God, wise and understanding people. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, if your father's line goes back, you're a wise and understanding people when it comes to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai in your right mind. All right, in order. All right. This is the wisdom that was given unto us. This is what the covenant's all about. How to govern. Hey, it goes in to the wisdom of Solomon. All right. The wisdom of Solomon, our King Solomon, which is Yahweh Shai, all right, obeyed the law, statutes, and commandments, and has the abundance of all things. All right. Does not wisdom give you the abundance of all things? All right. When you lean your ear unto sound doctrine, all right, does it not do you well? When you follow the Levitical laws, does it not keep you healthier? All right, this is the wisdom.
Verse 7. For what nation is there so great, who hath the power so nigh unto them, as the Lord our power is in all things, that we call upon him for?
Khan, we call upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, that is our power. He is the power of Israel. All right? Yasharala, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, even you 2/3. All right? But because you're disobedient, once again, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is going to destroy you.
Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear the rule, the people mourn.
Khan, the wicked are bearing rule, so the people are mourning. Do you not see all these uprising of the people? This is not just Israelites mourning on top of it. All right? Not only Israelites are mourning. All right? You got these damn heathens out here turning up. Turning up. Why? Because they're sick and tired of Chief Esau Edom. All right? These lower level Edomites are sick and tired of the elite. All these other nations are sick and tired of the elite of their lands, all right, which mostly go back to Esau Edom, all right, as tares, so they can infiltrate their land, all right? Because how does Esau Edom get their land? Rape, robbery, and murder, all right? And not only do they rape the land, they rape the women. That means they implant seed in the women, all right? Because you are of your father's seed. Matter of fact, pull that. You are of your father's seed, all right? So that means if a so-called white man pops your mother, all right, has popped your grandmother or your sister or whoever else, and she has a child, that child would be so-called white, all right? So-called white. All right, but his or her lineage goes back to Edom. All right, this is how they have established and stolen land. All right, you can see that in the documentary of the Trail of Tears. Right?
Y'all think that Pocahontas and John Smith was a love story?
It was. Oh my goodness, Disney said so.
That's how she was running to the airport.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared the pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
They declared the pedigrees, the lineage after the house of who? Their fathers. All right? Because it only matters about the father's seed. All right? So Esau Edom has popped women all over the country, right? Because they have the substance. So some women willingly, all right, lay with Esau Edom. All right? Getting popped and have children. All right? That's how they have infiltrated and taken over the land. All right? Some do it through gradualism, and sometimes they just downright stronghold. All right? But Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is calling, it's lucky. Can you go back to Deuteronomy 4? You go to verse 29. But Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is calling, all right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans unto repentance. All right? Calling you unto repentance. Because repentance belongs to the Israelites. All right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. No other nation can repent. Why can't they repent? Because they don't have the law, statutes, and commandments. All right?
This is Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 29. But if from thence thou shalt seek the Lord thy power, thou shalt find him, if thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Ah. Yeah, continue.
Verse 30. When thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days, if thou turn to the Lord thy power, and thou shalt be obedient unto his voice.
See, this is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We're in the latter days. All right? We're in the latter days. This is that time. All right? And being that we are in the latter days, this word has been opened up unto us. All right? starting with Abba Bivens, all right, and now to Apostle Tahar, all right, on down, all right, learning the law, statutes, and commandments, coming back to the power, coming back to the understanding, calling the nation of Israel unto repentance, giving other nations their judgments. Thus saith the Bible. All right? It is not about anybody else or for anyone else. All right? If your lineage goes back to so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, this word is for you. All right? Got a question?
Yeah, do you still see it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Spot.
Yeah. All right.
That actually showed up there when I was 13. I had a pretty birthmark too. But it was probably benign.
Verse 30. Okay, verse 30. Verse 31. For the Lord thy power is a merciful power. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers, which he swore unto them.
Khan, Yahweh Shemi Shai is not going to forsake us. All right. Matter of fact, this goes back into Zechariah chapter 13, verses 8 and 9. All right. The 1/3 is not what he didn't forsake all the nation of Israel. All right. 1/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans whose father line goes back. All right. You will see salvation. All right. If you believe upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, his works and his word. Drop down to 33 for me.
Verse 33. Did ever people hear the voice of the power speaking out of the midst of the fire, as thou hast heard and lived?
Matter of fact, start at 32 and then read down.
It's like verse 32. Fast now of the days that are past, which were before thee, since the day that the power created man upon the earth, and as from one side of heaven unto the other, whether there hath been any such thing as this great thing is, or hath been heard like it?
God. All right. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has given this word unto us. All right. If you have the ears to hear and the eyes to see. All right. God.
Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
God. He revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. All right. Which Abaratazah, we are those men. All right.
Verse 33. Did ever people hear the voice of the power speaking out of the midst of the fire, and as thou hast heard and lived?
God. All right. Go ahead. Read down. There's a little bit more on it.
Verse 34. Or hath the power assay to go and take him a nation from the midst of another nation, by temptations, by signs, and by wonders, and by war, and by a mighty hand, and by a stretched out arm, and by great terrors, according to all that the Lord your power did for you in Egypt before your eyes?
What? That Yahweh Bashem Yahushai did for you before your eyes. He decimated nations. All right? Because he loves you. Right? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai loves you, Jake. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? As a matter of fact, go to Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
I gotta click through. This is Surah 20:39 and verse 15. Magnify his name and show forth his praise with the songs of your lips and with harps, and in praising him you shall say after this manner, all the works of the Lord are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commandeth shall be accomplished in due season.
God. And everything will be accomplished in due season. Everything that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has written in this book will come to pass. Though it tarry, wait for it.
Let me drop down to 18. It says, says that at his commandment is done whatsoever pleaseth him, and none can hinder when he will save.
Right. So that means nobody can change the mind of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. If he has mercy on you and choosing to save you to see salvation, you will be saved. All right.
He gonna, there's gonna be a way, for you to make it there, because the elect is already sealed. They've been predestined from the creation.
God. And if Yahweh Bashim Yahushai wants to preserve you, all right, if he wants to preserve you to be the first fruits of slavery, that's what he's gonna do.
The elect was part of the power that created this, created the world.
Hey, there goes the balance. All right. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has a remnant that he saved. All right. A remnant, 1/3 that he saved of the righteous. Which is the whole 1/3, but you have the 144,000 within that 1/3, the governing body. But the mercy, all right, of the mercy of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is the rest of the men, women, and children who will be saved of the 1/3, But then that balance of righteousness, all right, because you have the wicked, all right, who are going to be the first fruits of slavery, which are the Oppenheimers, the Gettys, the DuPonts, the Rothschilds, the Waltons, all them are going to get saved. They're going to be saved for preservation because you're going to be preserved. And your children, all right? A couple of your children may be preserved. Or Yahweh Bashim Yahushai might just, take your children away and let you feel that hurt. All right? But now that you have to understand and now you have to live this, all right, you will have 1,000 years, all right? You will have 1,000 years. And this is not excluding any other nation, all right? All you nations are going into slavery. The Chinese man, the Arab man, all right? The white man, you're all going into slavery. All right? Thus, saith the Bible, your biblical nationality bears witness. All right? Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai tells us in the book that none of these have been done away with. All right? None of these nations, all right, that cut Israel from being a nation, all right, have been done away with.
This is Job 21:30 says that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who shall declare his way to his face, and who shall repay him what he hath done?
Hey, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushai said he's going to repay him. All right? He and his heritage, his people, are going to repay him. Pay unto them double what they have done unto you. All right? That's why instead of 500 years of slavery, they get 1,000. All right? Because the kingdom has to be built up. We've built enough. There's been enough free labor going around. All right? So Yahweh Bashim Yahushai said, rule over them, relax.
That's going to be the true reparation.
Con.
Not this, whatever y'all want, like
40 acres and a mule, a bucket of fried chicken and grits,
some crab legs,
some crab legs, some oysters, all you can smoke Newports, all this wickedness.
We're just gonna give them free Newports for life.
Right. We're banning menthol, but you can have it. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is not with that. He has a better promise unto us.
Like
Yeah, a barbecue. Go back to barbecue and see exactly why they throwing that barbecue for you. Right? And picnics. Right.
They'll be happy.
Got you on their picnics. Lock it. God, Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
Deuteronomy,
And go through 15.
it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10.
Go through 17, actually. But I'm gonna stop it.
Okay. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12. And now, Israel, what doeth the Lord thy power require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy power.
Oh, wait a minute. There's that fear again. To fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. To fear our powers. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, to fear.
To walk in all his ways.
To walk in all his way, understanding and obeying the law, statutes, and commandments.
And to love him.
To love him. All right, to love him with all thy mind, body, and soul. All right, to give up everything. To know whose you are and what you are.
To serve the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
To serve thy power with all thy heart and thy soul. Everything. Give it all that you got. You listen to DMX, right? Give it all that you got. Give it all that you got for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right? Stop singing the song and then not performing act. All right? And I'm talking about you false prophets out there when I say that. All right? You're not giving it all that you got. All right? Because you're not leaning unto sound doctrine. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 13.
That's a Slakia. That's one body in Yahweh Shai. All right? All you IUIC, all you ISUPK, Sakaris, and all that other crap. All right? But hey, you do it for a reason. All right? You do it because Yahweh Bashim Yahushai ordained you to do it.
Verse 13, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
God, to keep the commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and the statutes that he commanded this day for our good. All right? To be that special, peculiar treasure unto himself.
Verse 14, behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is the Lord's thy power, the earth also, with all that therein is. Verse 15, only the Lord had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day.
So Yahweh Bashim Yahushai chose you, chose the seed of our fathers. All right? That's why it matters about the father seed. That's why there is no mixed children. All right? You might have good hair from your mama's side. All right? But it matters about your dad. All right? You're going to have features, all right, of your mother, of your father. All right? But it matters about your father.
Don't know by your works too.
God.
What kind of spirit you have. You know? Whether you could dance or you can't stay on beat.
Right? And just because you can't dance don't mean you're not an Israelite. It just means you might need some. Yeah, you might need a lot of practice, all right?
And, you know, there's Jack that can't dance. But you know, they're you know, experience, you know, they got
other talent. God.
More than likely.
You should at least be able to keep the beat.
Yeah, you know, what's that? Seinfeld. The little kids. This is James 1:23. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass.
God, hey, if you hear the word, all right, and you're a man of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you hear the word, all right? That means Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is trying to reach out unto you, all right? Because he's giving you a portion of understanding, all right, to draw you in, all right? But if you deny Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right, just like he gave you that little bit for a possible salvation, he'll take it away.
What is that in Luke, the parable of the seeds, that how any of
God.
you guys lit a candle, you know, just to cover it up?
God.
That's what's holding your face in the glass.
God.
You holding yourself back from that true power.
God.
From what you're supposed to be.
Because when you hear this word, something should stir up in you. All right? I can testify. God, that's that candle, right? Something is lit. When you first hear the name Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, there's something that changes in you. All right? Your spirit immediately changes. All right? Now it can go both ways. You know? It can light you up to put you out, or it can light you up to maintain, right? He can light you and be maintained by doing the works of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American men, all right, to go out do the work on the highways and byways, all right, calling Israel back into repentance, for you women to be obedient unto your husbands. Stop being harlots, all right? Stop going after your vain lust, all right? That goes for men too, all right? Being mothers to your children, all right, which is big. Being mothers to your children is a big thing, all right? Being wives, being daughters. These are the things that our women are supposed to do, all right? You are a helpmeet unto a man of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, if you're lucky, all right? But if you want to be that baddest bitch, all right, and you want to be an independent woman, be independent till destruction, all right? Independently accept that missile, all right? Independently go out there and look for your own food. Independently go out there and protect yourself in that day, in the day of Jacob's trouble. Be independent all the way around, all right? And see where your fucking independence gets you. You'll be independently fucked up.
Verse 16. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua said, circumcise the foreskin of your heart, all right? Your heart, not your heart right here, okay? This heart, all right? Not this heart, this organ, all right? But your mind. Circumcise, clean it up, cut it off from Babylon, all right? Cut it off from the wicked abominations. Cut it off from calling on false gods, all right?
Verse 17. For the Lord your power is power of powers, and Lord of lords, a great power, a mighty and a terrible, which regardeth not persons nor taketh reward.
God, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not a respecter of persons, and you can't bribe him, all right? You can't be like, well, you know, Lord, I got 75 million in the bank. You know, I'm just trying to get on this chariot. You know, I'm just trying to, you know, I fed the homeless. You know, I helped. I opened doors for young ladies. I didn't take advantage of that woman when she was drunk. Those are good acts, all right? But did you obey? No. You leaned upon your own understanding. Therefore, your ass will be destroyed. Slocky out in here.
Mobb Deep and 50 Cent, they made a song about like that, buying their way into heaven.
God.
So I was listening to what you were saying.
Yeah.
So that's kind of so fun.
Essentially, that's, you know, that's the hypocrites, you know, trying to buy their way into heaven. All right. You got something?
Yeah. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 25. Start at verse 24. Actually, I'll start at verse 22. Slack it. A sound of battle is in the land of the great destruction. Verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Verse 24. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord.
Yeah, how about Shimei Yahushua laid a snare for Esau, Edom, all right, Babylon, these other nations. He has laid a snare for you, all right, for your wickedness, all right? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans belong to Yahweh Shimei Yahushua, whether man, woman, or child, all right, coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments. If your father's seed goes to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? And how has Esau, Edom, how has the hammer of the earth gotten into this position, right? Because they're the wicked, all right? They have continued the wickedness of Israel, all right? Continued the afflictions of Israel,
Verse 25. The Lord hath opened his armory and hath
Slock
brought.
it. Hold that. Hold that. All right. Go to Isaiah. Go to Isaiah 2.
Isaiah 2.
Isaiah 2. You go to 4.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 2, verse 4. And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks.
Slock. Okay. Said that backwards. Slock it.
Chapter 4, verse 2.
Come on.
Okay, so this is starting over. This is Isaiah chapter 4, verse 2. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel.
God. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to make Israel beautiful. All right? They're going to be beautiful because they're returning to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right? But there's a couple more prophecies that have to unfold. All right? Like the brother was getting into reading, which we're going to go back to. All right? But this destruction is coming to this land, America. All right? And these other nations around about. All right? America is not the only one that is going to be hit with ICBMs. All right? It's the only one that is going to be destroyed in its entirety to never be dwelt in again. All right? It is. All right? But these other places will see the ICBM missiles. All right?
And I was watching a video Tahar was doing, just on prophecy earlier this week. And in his video, the names of these missiles, prove that, yeah, they're spiritual, but they prove that, they know what Esau know what the terminology of this Bible, because there's a missile named Archer like 83 or something like that. So that just proves that they know that the arches that the Bible speaks about are those nuclear weapons.
Not like that, but I read an article a couple days ago that America's hypersonic missile technology is surpassed by that of China and Russia.
Yeah, I think that was an article he was reading. It said that we're lagging, or America is lagging behind in the arms race.
And that's never happened before. All right, that was the strength.
So when the brother read that, they're turning their plowshares and pruning hooks into weapons,
They're letting the weak say that they're strong.
right?
Matter of fact, Slovakia, get Isaiah 13 and 19. I think we're gonna go into that. Yeah, he's pulling Isaiah 13 and 19.
On 13 and 19. Babylon,
Matter of fact, start off at 6. Go to 6.
This is Isaiah 13 and verse 6. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
Hey, howl ye, the day of destruction is at hand. All right? You see brothers out on the highways and byways. All right? You see the signs of the times. All right? Destruction is at hand. All right? Olympus, America, and London are falling. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 7, therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
All hands be faint, and every heart shall melt. Slock it. You see, hey, you starting to see that now. All right, on a small scale. You starting to see people realizing that America is not America anymore. America is not a world power like they used to be. All right? They don't have the substance that they used to have. They got damn food commercials for little blonde hair and blue-eyed children across seas talking about we need to feed American children. America has now become a third world country. All right? But you damn sheeple are so dumb and you don't look at nothing. You just continue on with your bread and circus.
They're in denial.
Con. But by the bread and circus, not deciding the time, taking heed of the watchman. Abaratazah, we be those men. Starting with Apostle Tahar on down. All right? Blowing that trumpet.
And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames.
Con. Now now people are starting to see. Now people are starting to get little pains. All right? It's not, they got, if this was a woman contracting, all right, she is just dilated. All right? One centimeter, 1 or 2 centimeters. All right? It's just passing her womb. All right? It's getting ready. All right?
Those pangs are coming from like when you see something that just, like roadkill sometimes, you just be like, ew.
Right. Or a pain is when you go into the store and you see that they're spreading the aisles out and there ain't shit on the shelves. That's a pain unto you. Like those prices, those gas prices, that's a pain.
The pains that you're going to be feeling are the same pains that, John the Revelator was seeing, when he had that sweet and bitter stomach,
But he ate the roll.
After he ate the roll,
Right, and and the pains you're about to feel are hunger pains. All right, because famine is coming. All right, famine is coming. It had already been said a year and a half ago that famine was going to hit this land. But y'all didn't take heed. All right, y'all didn't understand. Y'all thought, not my America. Not my America. I'm an American. I have food banks. I have this. I have that. I can do anything in America. I'm an American. Okay? I can do it all. All right? I don't have to give up anything. I can live my life as I want in that Aleister Crowley spirit. Do as I will. Because you're after this way of America. You follow this doctrine. All right? You've been indoctrinated your whole entire life. Your existence is indoctrinated in this system. To believe upon this system. To lean upon Egypt.
That's what the devil's doing right now. They trying to force. Well, they're gonna force you to fall right into their hand. So they could feed you right out of their hand. So they could give you rations and portions and make you act according to how they want you. And get you to do what they want you to do. So you can be sitting at home and they want to keep you in home and put you in this metaverse,
They wanted to have you like that movie Surrogate. All right?
That thing in you so they could
Like a machine.
and know your whereabouts.
They're trying to plug you into the matrix. Figuratively and literally. All right? They're trying to plug you in. They're trying to get you jacked up. All right?
Bring that order, not a chaos. Like if out in California when they had all those people that robbed that store. That was in what was it? Los Angeles.
CBS or something.
It's been going on everywhere, really.
Yeah.
Bay Area. It started out in the East Coast, though. That's part of their tactics. Let people run these stores out of business. And then
they might
force that martial law.
Con, they might not even be out of business, but guess what? You still
like it is.
Con, you stealing from that very market that's in your city. All right, hey, you only got one CVS in your hood, but you didn't ran through, and now guess what? There's no more supply. Right, whatever little supply they had, they went ahead and sent it over to the white neighborhood.
You're keeping the storage of food, making it look like the storage is stealing.
God.
Or something like that. When they have it, but they're making like, oh, we don't have nothing.
They're rationing what they put out on the shelves, like how right when the Crown Vic came about after everybody was
Icky Vicky.
right when everybody was rushing and buying off the stores. What's that called? Panic buying. Right. So what Costco was doing, they was putting out a certain amount every day. Then after that, it was gone for that day. So I had all this shit in the back, water and everything limited, how much you could buy. They had that big ass flood out in Canada, where they limited on how much gas you could buy. They're not even
You can't even buy gas if you're not an essential vehicle. All right, that means there's no gas for your fucking generators. Everybody who has a generator. All right, and Canada is cold. Motherfuckers is freezing to death. All right, you may not hear of it. All right, but it's happening, just as they did in Texas.
And they got the limits on how much you buy or weight you buy.
God. All right. Go ahead. Yeah.
Biden has said, he has brought up that climate climate crisis, but it was going to be a climate like a climate lockdown. They already alluded to that.
God, good in Australia. They already
right.
Yeah.
So that's just the part they plan.
Hey, that's part of it. That climate lockdown is part of it. All right. When everybody has to stay at home, and matter of fact, is that happened when the Icky Vicky happened, right? When that happened originally, China's skies were clear and everything. All right. All these, all New York, all these places around the world, all right, had a less of a carbon footprint, right? There was no pollution going in the air because factories were down, and they actually had a show on it, all right, of all these things that happened, all right, and how the air was much cleaner and so on and so forth, all right, and it was through gradualism to plant that seed in your mind that, hey, this is about to happen. How much better was it? Didn't you feel like you can breathe better? All right, and that was to put some of the people on board, all right, to show them a difference, all right. Go ahead and get that.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 31, verse 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord.
God, woe to you that go down to the Egypt, all right? To go on to your governors, all right? Go on to your presidents. Go on to your prime ministers, all right? Woe unto you, all right? Because you're asking the same man that is destroying you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, to help you out, all right? The speckled bird amongst these other nations, all right? Leaning upon them, all right?
Proverbs 3:31. Not thou oppressor and choose none of his ways.
God. Go ahead on that. Go ahead, continue on that. These little niggas out here trying to scoff too. You know? They get marked too. Are you? Have a bear come and attack. God. God.
I got a precept. Isaiah 30. Isaiah 31:6. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
God. Hey, how about should be on call? He will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. All right. That's where all you that are living waters. It's lucky I could. You're looking for that water. All right. How about Shemi Al Shai will take that from you. All right. If you're of the nation of Israel, and then you other nations, the what you lean upon. All right. The understanding that you lean upon. All right. The success of you being the oppressor.
So Isaiah 13 and verse 9, behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
How about Shemi Al Shai said he's going to lay this land desolate? All right. He's going to lay America desolate. All right. And destroy the sinners thereof out of it. All right. The elect will be beamed up. All right. In the so-called UFOs or UAPs. All right. And those are the chariots of Yahweh Shemi Al Shai, the chariots of Israel. All right. Go ahead. Continue.
Verse 10, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
God. Hey, because those ICBMs that drop down, all right, that Xi Jinping and Putin have, all right, as the brothers just brought out about that article, is much superior, all right, much superior than that of America. All right. Hey, Yahweh Shemi Al Shai has gave them the technology, the portion to be better than. All right. If God, hey,
through Esau.
God, if Yahweh Shemi Al Shai gave them a better, all right, he gave them a better weapon. All right. Goes to show that Yahweh Shemi Al Shai is still not what you eat. All right. You had your time, you ruled for your time, and now your queendom is coming to an end. All right, thus saith the Bible. All right, and thus saith the signs that are being in the prophecies coming to pass. All right, through the blood moons. All right, through thanks killing being on the Sabbath.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1. Verse 12, it says, seek not death in the air of your life, and fool not upon yourselves destruction with the works of your hands. And, I brought that out because, America, they sold, they weaponized these other countries, and then these countries, reverse engineered the weapons to gain the knowledge of how to make them, and then made something better than them.
Hey, do you not think that somebody would learn how to defend themselves? All right, they're gonna buy from you for a time until they learn how to do it themselves. It's like the man who owns a home, has a plumber come to his house and sits there and watches the plumber. Right? He's learning how to do it. At least he should be learning how to do it himself. All right, so he ain't got to call that plumber out there again. All right. That's why you got DYI.
Right, YouTube, YouTube out there pretty much figure out how to do anything on there.
Right.
Now, you don't need a handyman no more.
God.
If you're willing to put in the work.
Trial and error. And that's exactly what Yahweh Shemi Al Shai had these countries do. Trial and error. Do you know how many times that they tried something and they failed?
That's probably what happened in, last year with in India. When that random explosion just went off.
All right. It was trial and error. All right. And that was the error. All right, but hey, the so-called USSR was trial and error.
The same things that Esau made to put them in power is the same things that's going to take.
Right. Because then they said, oh, no, you can't have it. Remember, America and Russia were in an arms race.
Right, the Cold War.
Right. They had an arms race going on. And lo and behold, Russia they never stopped. All right. Because even though my land might be desolate to you, all right, this is the land of mine that I live in. All right. So the material and everything are up to par and at the price point where I need them. All right. I have certain substance that I can give you to get what I need. Right.
Verse, this is Isaiah 13:11, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
Hey, how about Shimei Shai is about to punish all you other heathen nations and 2/3 of our own people. All right, for not hearkening unto the law, statutes, and commandments for the 2/3 of our own people. All right, but you other heathen nations, you heathens, all right, you heathens are going to be judged for the affliction that you caused to the nation of Israel. All right, for the enslavement, for the indoctrination. All right, for having us follow after your false idols. All right, making us reprobates unto our power, knowingly.
The Confederacy took with Esau to keep us at a low state.
God, so that you may have a portion in this kingdom, all right, which is coming back to bite you in the ass. All right, Yahweh Shimei Shai already told you this motherfucker was the devil. All right, he told you, and he put rulers over you. That's why you will fucking rejoice when the Israelites are in rule. All right, we are a just people under the order and the will and power of Yahweh Shimei Shai. There's an order to fucking everything. All right, you're not fucking on top, and you got to deal with that shit. All right, and the fact that you got to deal with it, all right, and it goes to say in the Bible that you, matter of fact, get that, you will rejoice. You will rejoice when the Israelites are in rule. Go ahead, continue on that. Go ahead. Did you already pull it? Continue on that. The righteous will rejoice when, the wicked will rejoice when the righteous are. Yeah, he's pulling. Oh, you already got it? Yeah.
This is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
Go ahead. People are going to rejoice. We're mourning right now. Go ahead, Slock. Yes, I'll stop saying Slock.
This is Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
God, Yahweh Shimei Shai is going to make a man, all right? Going to make the men of Yahweh Shimei Shai more precious than gold in this day, even than the finest gold, all right? And that's not only for women, all right? That's for the nation. That's for the planet, all right? Yes, we're going to be covering to these women, all right, that Yahweh Shimei Shai has chosen for salvation to bring back his nation, all right? But other than that, we will be that gold, fine gold, having the law, statutes, and commandments, all right? Having the understanding of what's to come. The wisdom and stability shall be the knowledge of our times. Slightly, I said that backwards. I was about to correct you.
Verse 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in that day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They that every man shall turn to his own people, and flee everyone to his own land.
all you other nations are going to flee to your own land. All right. You've seen this mass exodus already happen. All right. Certain companies are going back. All right. A lot of people have been leaving. Why? Because they feel like this is the end times. And if this is the end, which it is, all right, I'm going to be with those who I love. I'm going to be in my land. All right. We see that America's fallen. All right. And we see that this place is gearing up for war. All right. I went over there. I went over to America as a merchant. All right. I went over America as a merchant to make money and to send it back. All right. I went over there to party and bullshit. All right. To be a part of the rape, robbery, and murder. All right. To put the children of Israel in submission and have them be tributaries unto us. All right. That's all you other nations who were confederate with Esau, Edom. All right. Then you're escaping going back. All right. But Yahweh Shemi Shai, if you were here in the lands of America, all right, and Yahweh Shemi Shai spared your life to go back to your land, hey, you might just be the lucky winner of the first fruit of slavery for your nation. Right.
They're telling you to send them back to here, or over there.
You're not gonna be able to escape the judgment.
Yeah. No matter where you go, you're not going to be able to escape the judgment. All right. A little bit more on that, then we'll go ahead and close out.
Verse 15, everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished.
God. Hey, and why is Yahweh Shemi Shai going to do this? All right. It's the same thing that y'all did. All right. It's the same thing that all you other nations, but especially Esau, Edom, did to the children of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. You did this same thing. Did not Yahweh Shemi Shai say, pay unto them double? All right. So when you have to witness that, all right, and you have to deal with that, all right, you're gonna have to swallow that pill.
This is Psalms.
I think there's like 2 more verses.
This is Psalms 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee, as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
God. Hey, that's enough said. Right. Memphis.
Wisconsin, and that is bringing that prophecy of of the servants of the Lord being they're going to undergo this hatred from society, because they're going to use that. They're using that to fuel the that BHI racism movement, that they're trying to create, so that anyone preaching the word of Yahweh Shemi Shai, gets taken out or put in, camps.
It's the persecution of the saints.
The guillotine. That's going to be a part of the famine of the word. They had that other incident back in Jersey where they shot at the little Jewish shit.
Hey, amongst a multitude of things, from the march on the Capitol, with false prophets out there, all that stuff. This is all staged for this great demise.
Ultimately, that's Yahweh Shemi Shai. The staging for all these prophecies, for everything, really. This is Isaiah 13:17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows shall dash the young men to pieces. They shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children.
God, hey, there's not gonna be anything you can do, all right, to barter, to bargain with these other nations to get you back in their good graces. All right, because you have already set the standard for many years to come that you do not negotiate with terrorists.
Like, you didn't care where them. But actually, Biden negotiated with terrorists now.
No, Biden did not negotiate with terrorists.
Oh, he was.
It wasn't a negotiation. He was just acknowledging.
Just knowledge that everything was. He said they said the Taliban said everything was under control. So yeah, we
Right.
haven't seen nothing different.
Yeah, there was no negotiation. There was only compliance, right?
Right.
Isn't compliance a negotiation? You know, to do the best thing for your people. All right, the Americans. All right. Hey man, y'all are wicked. You're wicked. All right. But you know, Lord willing, this was edifying. Y'all brothers got anything? All right. Lord willing, this was edifying. We want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone. To all you Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity. To the men, women, and children, the Akim and the Akwa, listening and learning. To the Bayasha Dabadad. To the next time we say Shalom, Wad Abab Abab.